In the past, the technical function was a department. In the future, it becomes the operating system of the entire apparel business. Imagine this. A buyer sends a concept sketch. Before your first meeting ends, your system has already generated white heavy checkmark, a pattern white heavy checkmark, graded sizes white heavy checkmark marker plans with efficiency white heavy checkmark SMVs with operation breakdown white heavy checkmark YY slash yarn requirements white heavy checkmark fit validation predictions, and a tech pack that updates itself in real time. No waiting, no manual recalculations, just intelligence connected from design to factory floor. Let's be clear, AI doesn't replace technical expertise. It amplifies it. It removes repeat work, reduces rework, and lets your best technical minds focus on innovation, engineering, and customer trust. Now let's step through the future, function by function. Today, pattern making depends heavily on individual skill and time. Tomorrow, it becomes generative engineering. AI learns from your historical pattern blocks, alteration logs, and fit comments. Then it generates a first draft pattern in minutes, based on fabric stretch characteristics, style details, target customer body measurements, brand fit standards, previous approval history. The pattern master becomes a fit architect, reviewing, refining, approving, rather than starting from scratch. IoT enters through material truth. Smart fabric inspection stations measure shrinkage, stretch recovery, thickness, and behavior. That data feeds the AI pattern engine, so the pattern isn't theoretical. It's built on the actual fabric reality. White heavy checkmark result, fewer pattern revisions, fewer samples, faster approvals. Traditional grading assumes size changes follow predictable increments, but real bodies don't behave like that. AI uses body shape datasets, brand-specific fit intent, and past returns/alterations to create grading that fits real consumers, not just charts. So grading evolves from linear scaling into shape-aware grading. White heavy checkmark business impact. Better fit consistency across sizes, fewer returns, fewer complaints, stronger brand confidence. Marker making and consumption forecasting used to be. Let's try a few layouts and pick the best. In the future, AI generates hundreds of marker options in seconds, optimizing for fabric width variations, directional prints, defects mapped from IoT inspection, cuttable zones, lay planning and spreading constraints, shade banding risks. It doesn't just calculate consumption. It finds the best consumption, like a chess engine. White heavy checkmark impact. Fabric savings plus fewer surprises in bulk. SMV today is often based on time studies, experience, and assumptions. Tomorrow, SMV becomes live and dynamic. IoT sensors track stitch time per operation, machine idle time, operator motion patterns, rework triggers, bottlenecks by style element. AI turns this into white heavy checkmark operation level SMV libraries that evolve automatically. White heavy checkmark cost impact of construction choices instantly. White heavy checkmark best method suggestions. Seam type, attachment sequence, machine selection. And here's the breakthrough. Once SMV becomes live, costing becomes precise. Your technical office turns into a profit engine. White heavy checkmark impact. Faster, accurate cost cycles, fewer disputes, better price confidence. YY calculations, yarn yield, yarn requirement, knit consumption are often sensitive to real machine settings and yarn behavior. With IoT, machines report actual yarn feed rates, tension, speed, downtime, and real GSM outcomes. Shrinkage/relaxation effects. AI uses that to predict white heavy checkmark true yarn requirement by style plus gauge plus stitch type. White heavy checkmark risk warnings when a yarn choice increases cost variability. White heavy checkmark best yield combinations of yarn, stitch structure, and finishing in the future. YY isn't a calculation. It's a forecast with confidence levels. White heavy checkmark impact. Fewer yarn shortages, less overordering, reduced material cost variance. Fit is the biggest cause of development delays, iterations, courier time, resampling. AI-powered fit validation uses garment pattern geometry, fabric behavior data from IoT testing, historical fit comments and approval outcomes, brand fit standards it predicts. White heavy checkmark where pulling will happen. White heavy checkmark where ease is insufficient. White heavy checkmark where seam strain risks exist. White heavy checkmark whether shrinkage will alter post-wash fit. So instead of waiting for a sample to fail, you fix it before it exists. Each brand will have a digital fit signature, like a fingerprint, stored inside the system. Every new style is tested against it automatically. White Heavy Checkmark impact: more first-time approvals, faster lead times, lower sampling cost. Now imagine everything connected. The technical team doesn't chase information, they command it. One screen shows pattern readiness score, fit probability score, marker efficiency projection, SMV and cost sensitivity, YY/material risk variance, quality risk prediction, timeline forecast based on capacity and machine availability. This creates something powerful: first-time right development. This evolution drives major business advantages. White Heavy Checkmark 1. Speed development cycles shrink dramatically, fewer sample rounds, faster tech pack readiness outcome, quicker customer response, improved hit rate. White Heavy Checkmark 2. Accuracy SMV based on real operations, consumption based on optimized markers, YY based on live knitting/yarn behavior outcome, reduced costing errors, and fewer margin surprises. White Heavy Checkmark 3. Cost reduction, lower fabric waste, lower sampling and courier costs, fewer reworks and process deviations outcome, measurable savings per style and per season. White Heavy Checkmark 4. Quality and consistency, predictive risk detection, fit validation before sampling, standardized best method engineering outcome, fewer claims, stronger buyer trust. White Heavy Checkmark 5. Strategic power, tech function becomes a revenue enabler, supports merchandising with instant costing inputs, supports planning with reliable timelines outcome, better negotiation power, better customer service. In the future, the strongest apparel companies won't just be the ones with the best factories. They'll be the ones with the best intelligence. AI and IoT will turn technical functions into a living system, where patterns generate faster, fit validates instantly, SMVs update in real time, and YY becomes predictable. This isn't automation. This is evolution. And the technical office becomes the heart of profitability.